Welcome to the Horizon Camper Builds YouTube channel. My name is Eli, and in today's video, I'm going to show you my latest completed camper build that I just finished for my client. My client has brought me his 2011 Toyota Sienna minivan, and he has requested a level 3 camper build for him and his wife. A level 3 build will have a stealthy and outdoor camper design, as well as capable off-grid features such as solar panels, engine charging, and a secondary lithium-ion battery. So in today's video, I'm going to briefly show you the exterior of this minivan, but the majority of the video will be focused on the camper build design as well as the off-grid capabilities. So without further ado, let's get right to it.
All right, folks, here we go. Again, this is a 2011 Toyota Sienna. This is a third generation, which ran from 2011 to 2020. This particular model is a front-wheel drive XLE, which is the fully loaded version of the Toyota Sienna. These generations get decent fuel economy, right around mid-20s on the highway. They're pretty powerful. A very strong V6 motor. I think they're about 260 horsepower if I'm not mistaken. And also they drive really nice. They drive like a regular Toyota Camry sedan. So driving this and parking this, especially if you're stealth camping, would be a breeze. I'm showing you the exterior just so you could see how much of a stealthy profile this has. Nothing really on the outside indicates that there's a camper build inside. The windows are blocked off from the inside. There are window inserts, which I will show you a little bit later. But we also have some solar panels on the roof, two 100-watt solar panels that are charging the secondary battery as well as the front battery. We'll also cover that a little bit later in the video, but you notice that these panels are super thin, so you can't really tell that they're on there. So this has a very good stealth profile for stealth camping. It is also designed for outdoor camping if you want to take it to established campgrounds, but you know, if you're on a long road trip and if you'd like to save some money on hotels and motels, this would be an excellent option. So that's pretty much what this really nice 2011 Toyota Sienna looks like on the outside. Let me go ahead and open it up to show you the camper build inside. Okay, let's go ahead and open the passenger side electric sliding door to show you the level 3 camper build that could be used either by 1 or 2 individuals. This is a 72-piece build that has been divided into 4 major sections. This is a modular build that can be taken apart in about an hour or so to reinstall the second and third row seats. Obviously, the seats are not inside the van right now, and the build replaces all the seats. The build is secured to the floor of the Sienna. There are 4 anchor points, so while you're driving, this doesn't move or rattle at all. The client has requested that the finish be the natural color of the wood, but we did apply polyurethane to protect it and also make it very easy to wipe down. Everything has been sanded to a very smooth finish, as well as the edges have been routed so you don't bump into the corners and injure yourself. This has been done all throughout the entire build. The client has chosen to have window inserts custom cut to all the windows in the back for full privacy. These inserts are reflectix on the inside, but they are black on the outside. They're very easily removable, and they will provide excellent privacy, especially if you decide to do some stealth camping. In addition to the custom cut window inserts, we have a removable curtain that separates the driving area from the camping and lounging area. It may be possible to remove the center console between the 2 front seats to create a walkway from the driver or the passenger seat in the front to be able to access the bed and bench in the back. Speaking of which, this is currently in the single bed bench configuration. This will become a double bed. I'll show you that in just a moment, but in its current form, we have a bed, a single bed that measures 75 inches by 25 inches, and it is a 4-inch thick foam folding mattress with a washable cover. Under the bed, we have a large drawer per client request. It is sitting on ball bearing locking slides, so while you're driving, this doesn't, open and close. And here you could see it's pretty good sized drawer. You could probably store your clothing in here or any other items that you could think of. In the middle, we have open storage. The client did request to have the floor carpeted both in the middle as well as in the front. While we're still in the single bed and bench configuration, what I'd like to do is go ahead and enter the build to show you what the perspective looks like from inside. I'm going to go ahead and close the sliding door so you could see how private it could be if you decide to do some stealth camping. We do have a LED light that is clipped on the railing here. This is a shelving area. So over on this side, we have some storage. Over on this side, it is also a shelf, but you could flip it over, obviously, when you remove the contents of the shelf, to turn it into a pretty spacious counter. So you could sit on this bench, plenty of room for your feet to be able to use this counter for maybe, working on your laptop or having something to eat. The counter does extend over to this area to create more of an L-shaped counter. This is an indoor-outdoor sink that has a topper on top. If you're not using the sink, you could just make your counter a little bit bigger for more space. So let me go ahead and show you the indoor access of the sink. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the topper just to get it out of the way. And now we see a round stainless steel bowl with a collapsible and movable faucet. So the next thing I'm going to do in order to be able to dispense water in here is I'm going to go ahead and activate the water pump. There is a switch on the side over here. And then now I can just go ahead and open the faucet. To dispense water inside. This area right here, there is an extension that can only be flipped over from the outside, but while it's folded over like this, you could also, again, use it as a flat surface area, or you could use it as storage. Speaking of storage, we have a shelf right here in the back that can be accessed from the inside as well as from the outside. We have another shelf on the side over here for more storage. And the design of these side shelving units also allow access to the cup holders as well as this cubby on both sides. We also have storage inside the sink cabinet, so you can reach in through this cutout and grab whatever it is that you need. Over on this side, we have access to the 12-volt fridge. It's kind of hard to see right now, but once I open the lift gate, you'll get a better view of it. So that's pretty much what it looks like as a single bed and bench configuration. What I'd like to do now is go ahead and turn it into a double bed to show you what that looks like. Okay, in order to turn this into a double bed, I went ahead and folded the mattress, moved it over to the front area in order to go ahead and reach this extension, unfold it to double it in size. I'm going to go ahead and move the mattress back over to this area and reach over to this extension. Go ahead and flip it over. And now I have a wide enough space for two mattresses to lay next to each other. So I went ahead and laid both of the mattresses right next to each other to create a sleeping space that is 50 inches wide by 75 inches long, enough for two people to comfortably sleep in here next to each other. Okay, I went ahead and opened the lift gate to show you the rear access of the kitchen area. This is meant for outdoor camping. The first thing I want to cover here is this counter extension right over here. So if I were to reach over, I can go ahead and flip this extension just like this, and now I have doubled the size of the outdoor access of the counter. Over on this side, we have the topper that I showed you earlier. This again is a very wide enough space to allow you to do some cooking or prepping up here. The build does come with a small single burner stove, which could be placed anywhere in this area to allow you to do some outdoor cooking. Let me go ahead and move the topper out of the way to show you the sink bowl again. Here's a better look at it from the outside. Easy access from the outside. You could see the pattern of the natural wood finish. Very artsy looking. It's one of my favorite looks of a camper build, is just to keep that natural color, only apply polyurethane, just so I get to see the patterns on some of those plywood pieces that I've used. Speaking of which, 3/4 inch plywood and 3/4 inch pine boards have been used all throughout. So basically this is a very sturdy, solid build that's going to last a very long time. This area back here has been given some special attention because, you know, this is where you dispense water and you would have to wipe things down. So additional coats of polyurethane have been used, but also, I don't know if you can get a sense of how smooth this is. It's meant to be easily wiped down should you spill anything back here. Let me go ahead and show you the sink cabinet. This also could be used as a flat surface area. You could see the way it sits with the support. It's nice and level. Be a good idea to put a stove down here so that the heat isn't too close to the lift gate. Inside here, we see two 5-gallon water containers. One is for the fresh water. The other one is the gray water. Easily, they could be taken out. These caps can be unscrewed, and you could lift them out of their holding place to allow you to dump the gray water and refill the fresh water. This is the storage area that you have access to from the inside. Obviously, you can also access it by opening the sink cabinet. This area is for storing large items, maybe some lawn chairs or anything long. So this has been left purposely for that reason, but also it allows you to use the spare tire tools that are located behind this hatch, as well as a light and a 12-volt outlet from the Toyota Sienna. Over on this side, we have also left this area accessible because this is also a cubby that could be used for storage. This is the outdoor access of the shelf right down here. And below it, we have our 12-volt 30-quart fridge that is currently plugged into a DC outlet over on this side. This fridge draws very little power. It could stay on all night because we have a very capable battery. Speaking of which, what I'd like to do now is go ahead and talk about the battery, the solar, engine charging outlets, all the features that would allow you to do some off-grid camping in this Toyota Sienna camper. All right, I'm gonna start with the two solar panels that are secured on the roof. Each one of these is 100 watts for a total output of 200 watts of solar. Notice how thin they are. Can't really tell that they're on the roof. These solar panels are connected to a Renogy 10 amp solar controller, which will charge the secondary battery, which is a 100 amp hour lithium ion battery, as well as the battery in the front, the driving battery. And the reason why is because we have a device called the Smart Isolator, which is right over here. This device automatically detects the voltage of both batteries. So if the voltage is above 12.8 volts, it will connect both batteries together to be charged by the sun via the solar controller and solar panels, or by the engine. If you turn it on, the alternator will charge the front and the battery back here, essentially acting as a generator. Next to the battery, we have a 1500 watt pure sine inverter that allows you to use this AC outlet, which also has some USB slots in it. This AC outlet can be moved. It does have a 5-foot cord, so if you'd like to place it up there, you can. I showed you the DC outlet that is located right here for this 12-volt fridge. Let me show you two more DC outlets that are up here in the front. This DC outlet displays the battery voltage. And the reason why I have it on this side is because when you're driving, you want to be able to look back and take a peek at the voltage to make sure that the engine or the solar panels are keeping both batteries nice and charged. Over on this side, we have the other DC outlet. And then finally, this is the on and off switch for the inverter, which also displays the battery level.
So that concludes today's video tour on this 2011 Toyota Sienna Level 3 camper build for 2 people. If you've made it this far, I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Please hit that like and subscribe button, as it would help the channel tremendously reach a wider audience. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.